Hello, my name is David Scher and I'm an attorney with the Employment Law Group. Today I'd like to talk about the area of disability discrimination from both the employer and the employee perspective. In recent years, the Americans with Disabilities Act has amended and greatly expanded to broaden the scope of what is considered a disability and to provide guidance as to how employers and employees should handle things when they do have a disability. So first of all, what do I mean by disability? A disability is any substantial impairment that limits a major life activity. And this is to be broadly interpreted. So for example, if you've injured a body part and you can't walk for a period of time, or you have a substantial injury in one of your limbs, that would often be considered a disability, even if it doesn't last forever, even if it's something that will eventually heal. Psychological disorders have been characterized as disabilities, and so have diseases such as epilepsy and cancer and things like that. So if you're an employee, what do you do if you have a disability or suddenly end up with a disability? You should immediately get in touch with your employer and ask for a reasonable accommodation. What that means is that the employer is obligated to do what they can to accommodate your disability to enable you to work, provided you can still perform the essential functions of your job. So sometimes you're disabled in a way that you cannot perform the essential functions of your job, and there the employer is not required to accommodate you, but they're certainly obligated to try. If you're the employer, what should you do? As soon as the employee notifies you that they have a disability, you should engage in interactive discussions with the employee to try to solve the problem, to come up with a solution to allow the employee to work and accommodate that disability in a way that is reasonable for you, the employer. Once that interactive discussion is ongoing, that really is what saves the day. Where employers get into trouble is when they fail to engage in those discussions or to make efforts to reasonably accommodate the employee. That leads to disability discrimination and sometimes retaliation when the employee makes that disclosure and the employer doesn't help and in fact does something like terminates the employee or engages in other adverse actions. If you're an employee and you've suffered a disability and you're not getting the help from your employer that you need, there is something you can do. You should contact an attorney for further guidance. You can contact us, the Employment Law Group, at www.employmentlawgroup.com. Thanks and have a great day.